Good morning and welcome to the Craft Room. I'm so glad you can join me this morning. Today is a very special day. It's World Card Making Day. So, I know there's a day for everything, and yes, there's a day for making cards. So, I guess that's what we should be doing, is making some cards. Now, we here at Stamping Up, I'm just going to lift you a bit more. That might be a bit better. We're here at Stamping Up. We like to be able to, or the Stamping Up demonstrators, we like to do something together on World Card Making Day. So this afternoon we're going to be jumping on together making some cards. But this morning I'm going to make a card with you guys. Now, is it too early for Christmas? I don't think so. I think we really need to get making the Christmas cards early, because you don't want to be rushing at the last minute. So I usually spend October making my cards and part of November, and then by December I can have them all sent out and spend December partying. Well, that's what Christmas is all about. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to flip you down to the desk and we'll get on with making this card today, and I'll show you the stamp set and the dies we're going to use. Stamping Up's brought out some fantastic stuff, some very traditional, some religious, some non-religious, and some fun stuff. So we've got a variety of Christmas cards to make this year. I'm going to flip you down to the desk, and hopefully you don't get too dizzy, and then we'll get making. So let's see how we go. Now, let me just flip you around. Close your eyes if it makes you dizzy. Now, we've got there. I'll bring in my grid paper so we can get things straight, and I'll show you what we're going to use today. We're using the Christmas Classic and the Christmas Classic dies, and they are fantastic. I've made a few cards. You might have seen a couple of bits and pieces, but there'll be more. So this one's a lovely little border that you can put round, and this one that fits in the middle cuts out some of your greetings. We might just move in a bit further. So we've got the greetings we can cut out. We've got the holly we can cut out. We can cut out some berries, and we've got all these other little bits and pieces. This is the one we're going to use today. It's a nice little bit of holly, and that we're going to use that one today, that one and that one. This one cuts out greetings as well, season's greetings, or you can have happy or Merry Christmas, or Christmas wishes, or Christmas holidays to you and yours. So there's a number of things we can do. So I'm going to get this all started, so we are not just looking, we are stamping and cutting and getting ready for Christmas. So first thing I'm going to do is normal piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut it at 14.8. So half a piece of cardstock, and we're going to score it at 10.5. Now, we've been through this many times, so I know you know about the sizing. And we'll just, if I put that there, I can just make sure it's all straight and folding. And I like to use my bone folder. Haven't got it out yet. There we go. Nice, good markings on that. Now, for the card, we're going to need to cut 0.5 centimetre smaller for our card front and for inside our card. So there we go, 10 centimetres, and I'll just trim this one. Now, you don't throw this little bit away. This little bit you put aside with all your other ones, and that's 1 centimetre wide. So ideal for things like if you just wanted to stamp Christmas in one end and wishes further down the page, that will fit on your 1 centimetre piece. So I keep all my 1 centimetre pieces and use them. Now, that's the cutting. So we'll get rid of that. We do have to do some cutting out with the Big Shot. So I've got some pieces here to cut out. So we'll bring it in. I've got the big one today because I'm using this large die. And I'll try and put it on the side so you can see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this piece. And this is a lovely green. This is called Shaded Spruce. And it's great, especially for Christmas. So, oh, there we go. Now, I want a second one of these, so I'll just grab my pick. I'm just going to push out all these little bits. Now, this second one is for inside the card, so I don't need a whole one. I just want to put this part on. So we'll leave, I do need these out though, because I will be cutting another one of these, and I'll show you in a minute. So to do this second bit, I am just going to, I actually don't want to go all the way through, so let's do it this way. I just want part of it. So I'm just going to put it there, so I don't cut my plates up too much with this end. That'll do. I'm just going to run it in. Going across. Now, so we're over and run it back. There we go. So now I've got just this one. And that will actually be on the inside of the card. And I'll show you how we're going to do that when we get to it. Now, I want one more of these. And I'm going to use some new paper Stampin' Up's brought out. And it's called, what is it called? Because it's fantastic. It's called Silver and Gold Adhesive Backed Glimmer Paper. And look at that. We've got it in, I haven't pulled that one out of the packet, but there's your, isn't that great? I love the colour. Well, I love the sparkle. So I'm going to cut, I don't want to waste too much of this. So I'm going to put it on the corner here. Can we see? And I'm going to cut around that so I can put that through the Big Shot. The Big Shot, that's the old name for it. The cut and emboss machine. Let's just cut this out. There we go. Oh, that's the bottom one. Top one's over there. And actually, while I cut this out, now that I've only got a small thing to go through, I can put this to one side. Oh, stay there. There we go. I need, I've got a big piece of paper here, but I will cut it down so I can fit it on. I need to cut out for the sentiment, which will be Season's Greetings, this one. So we can pop those through together. it's moved. Hopefully we've still got it all. I'm actually going to go right, because the gold has adhesive on the back, it's a bit thicker, so I'm going through a second time to make sure it's gone all the way through. So let's put these dies, let's get this out of the road first. So now we have this piece, we don't need that. We don't need that, that can go over there, let's get rid of all that. We have this piece. And you can see some of the stickies come off already. So I'm just going to push out these little ones. Put that over there with the dies. We don't need that. Get all those bits off. So we have now a card. The inside and that, we have 3 of these, and we have that bit. So that's all we need to cut at the moment. We will do another die cut in a minute, and I'll show you that. And I've actually, I'm going to grab this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out a little stamp out of here. A corner stamp. And I'm going to pop that there. So we'll do our stamping next. No, we won't. And before we do that, I need to do a couple of things that need to dry. The ribbon that goes with this set, this suite, which is the Joy of Christmas suite, is black and very vanilla. What I'm going to do is, I don't want a very vanilla because I'm working on white, even though it's not too bad, but I want to bring in this colour, Shaded Spruce. So I'm going to take my Stamp and Blend, and I only need a card length, so it's just need it to go across the front of my card, so I'll cut that much off, and I'm going to colour it just by colouring in on it. Now it takes a minute or two to dry because these are alcohol markers. So we'll make sure we've got those edges done. And I'm going to turn it upside down. Not that you see that, but in case I put it upside down on the card, and make sure the edges are done on this side too. Now I'm going to just set that aside to dry. You can see I've already started to get ink on me. And I don't want to spread the ink everywhere, so I'll just clean my hands with a wipe. The other thing I want to do, and I have done some of these because we're going to need them. One of them's jumped. He's jumped on top of another one. These are the iridescent pastel gems. Now they come in 3 colours. They come in Coral Calypso, which you could get away with on your card. In fact, I've used it on a card already, and you can get away with that Coral Calypso with the red. It's not too bad. Okay, so it does sort of, but if you're putting it on white, you can see it's just slightly different. So what I've been doing is I've been taking these ones down this end that are white or goldy colour, and I've been colouring them with my Stampin' Up! Blend again, and I'm using the Real Red. so that it's the same as the card. So I need a couple more. So all you need to do is just go over the gem. That's the beauty of these blends. Just like that. I'll do this one too. And now I have some red gems. Now they do need to dry also. Otherwise, if I touch them right now, it just will rub off the colour. But while they dry, along with the ribbon, we'll get on to some of the other bits, such as stamping. So let's bring in this piece and our real red ink and our greeting, which is Season's Greeting. And stuck my finger in it again. Don't want to get ink all over the place. So we're just going to line that up. It's a very tight fit, but it does fit. Okay. Season's Greeting. And I'm going to take also this little one and our card, and I'm just going to stamp into the corners. I'm going to do that on both the inside of the card and the front of the card, and it just gives a nice little finish. I wonder who else has been making Christmas cards. Have you started yet? Or are you waiting closer to Christmas? Now that's all the stamping. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the die. We have two dies here. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to cut holes in my card. It's going to go somewhere there. Now I need to know where I want it exactly because I want it to fit in with my piece here. So I'm sort of going to want it there. So what I'm going to do, we'll take the mat away. We'll bring back in our die, our cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to set it up like so. Now I just want to put this down roughly where I think it'll go and check it. Pop you on. And check it with, so I want it about there. Oh, it's jumped. Hit it straight. That's it. Let's cut that through. Now, all the holes have come through, but now I want to use it again, so I'm just using my pick to push out all these bits that are stuck in the back of the die. There we go. They're all out now, so I can get the next one. And I don't want any dints on the front of my card from these pieces being left on the plate. So I'm just going to push them off. And I'm going to go through again. But this time I'm going to place the die. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's about right. And there we go. We'll pop this over here again. So now that when I put my card down, the red from underneath comes through. The next thing is we're going to pop this down here, but I want some of this lovely gold to come through underneath, like so. But I don't want to waste all this bit. So I'm going to just cut a little bit on each side. And now I've still got this bit that I can use for something else. And I'm going to take a sticky tape and first I'll take the backing off, get those bits out. Might have to use my pick for this. Come on. There we go. And I'm going to just pop it on, but slightly off from the underneath green one, so that it's in a slightly different position. And I'm just going to put a little bit of sticky tape there just to hold it in place. And I'll do the same with this one down the bottom. Just get that piece out of there. And so it's still as if I had the whole piece underneath, but I'm not wasting all this bit. It's how to get the maximum out of the products you buy. Now, to pop that on, I need to use some glue. Oh, this glue, multi-purpose glue. Now, it's a fairly new one, so it's flowing very fast. Now I'm just going to put a dot behind a couple of these, just so that, not that they need to stick completely, but just so that there is a little bit of staying on the card front. Now we're going to turn it over. It's all a bit fiddly at this point because you've got glue and sticky backing, but it just goes down like so. Yeah. Oh, hang on, we haven't put our ribbon on. We better put that on first. Nearly forgot the ribbon. So again, a bit of tear and tape on this will hold that. Let's grab a couple of bits of tear and tape, and I need to wipe that glue off or it'll stick when I turn it over. I'm just going to put it on the corner here. We got that all in shot. So I want it straight because I want my ribbon straight on the front. It's because it's a bit sticky where I put that glue. It's not cooperating the best, but there we go. I'm going to just pop, because it's 10 centimetres, my tape at the 5 centimetre mark. And on this side, I know it's up here matching. And if you need to, you grab your ruler and you can run that across to the line. And that'll give you your marking. So there's a little tip. Now I've got to pull it up because it's sticky there and it's going to stick. And just get these backings off. And we'll pop our ribbon. And that's dry. That's dry now. So we've got our ribbon on there. Now we'll come back to this. I'm just going to pop a bit more glue now. And you've moved. I don't want you too far off centre. Let's pop this now down here, like so. And I'm all sticky because I didn't do it very well. And I didn't put that on very well, so it's not quite on the halfway mark. But that'll do. That looks better. And we're going to take this piece and some dimensionals. Got some bits here. That's the outside bits. That's all we need. Just a few bits. And there's one there. I'll put one of these in the middle here. I am all sticky. I've got glue everywhere today. Oh, it's part of being a card maker, isn't it? Glue covered over your fingers. There we go. Now, we'll glue this to the front of the card before I put that away. We'll get the gluing out of the road. So that's looking good. We've still got to add some bling. This piece, we have these edge bits. Now, I don't want all that big green bit. I just want the edge bits. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue. And it's flowing out a bit fast, but we'll just use the nozzle to spread the glue around. So that I've got glue on most of the bottom bits. Well, I need it on the bottom bits because I'm going to cut things, all of that off. So now I'm just going to pop that with the green, large green bit hitting the bottom of the white. Now, I had to use a bit extra glue than I normally would to get all that bottom bit done. So just a dab with your cloth, but don't hit it where you've stamped or you will blur your stamped image. While that dries for a minute, it's not a card that I've made without the bling, is it? So let's bring in this bling that we coloured. And I'm going to make all these berries red. And soon we'll have our first Christmas card. It's stuck to my finger. Now these little ones, I've got 2 little ones on it. So let's pop them there. Oh, he ran away. I should be using perhaps the other end. I tend to use this pick end quite a bit. And then one more little one. Come on. Just there. So that's our front of our card finished. Now, the simplest way to get rid of this green and to get it straight is bring back your trimmer and line it up so that you're cutting off the green, like so. And then, it's gone. I've trimmed it a little bit far. I'm just going to try again because I just want it nice and straight. Go all the way along. There we go. So now we've just got a little bit of green there. And we will pop that inside the card. And there is our first Christmas card. All ready. Bit much ink, glue there. All ready to write in. So hopefully you like that. Give me a thumbs up if you think that would be a card that you'd like to receive. I quite like it. I think it's got such a variety, such a different type of card compared to what you'd find in the shops. So that again, as I said, our first Christmas card is done. And we can then get ready to do some more for the day. Now I'm going to be jumping back online later on today to show you the cards we make. I'm just going to flip you around to me again. We'll just do the flip. Hopefully we've got me in shot. Yes, a bit low. All right, we're going to be making cards today, so hopefully you'll be able to jump back on and have a look at what we've made. It will be, we're making cards till 5 o'clock, so it will be after 5 o'clock, probably around the 5:30 mark. I've got my head cut off, haven't I? Join us then. The other thing to note is on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, that's the 9th to the 11th, Stamping Up is offering free postage. So you want to grab something out of Stamping Up's catalogue and it's going to cost you postage? Not this week. If you can get your order in on those 3 days, you won't be paying any postage. So if you do need some help with that, give me a shout out and I'll see what I can do to help you. All right, you have a great day. We'll be back next Saturday. Well, I'll be back this afternoon to show you the cards we're making, but we're going to be back next Saturday making more Christmas cards, and I'll catch up with you then. All the best for the week and enjoy the sunshine if you've got it. We've got it here today. It's still freezing cold, but I'm looking forward to getting out in the sunshine today. So take care and I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.